Start your game.
The sun rises, water is wet, and Magnus is the best. Like, that's what he knows. And now he gets a chance to actually maybe even take Magnus down. That would be an insane story that would resonate far beyond these halls.
And they are playing a classical Spanish. Erdogmus looking at finger side. What do I do? Do I go for 6d3 Spanish? Do I go for the Marshall? Is Magnus planning to play the Marshall against me at all? You never know exactly. Magnus is so flexible. He can play anything.
He can play anything, and I also wonder what was the conversation between Erdogmus and Shakriar Mamajarov. Whether they discussed a few words, whether Shak gave him some advice.
Where castle is played, so actually for the moment it looks like Magnus is setting up. Let me make the moves, the board was not updating yet. He has already made the move castles. And now the big question, if white plays c3, will Magnus go for the Marshall where white has many ways to be very solid? Will he try to play for a win with black against d6? And there you go, c3 played, and Magnus is not liking this because he has to make a very tough decision. He would have liked if Erdogmus blinks first and goes for some Marshall a4, hc move, but no, c3 and d6. It will be a classical Spanish.
I didn't think that Magnus would be playing into a Marshall because that has been so worked out that it's very difficult to play that line for a win.
Yes, on the other hand, one could argue he's leading, so why does he need to play for a win at all?
Excuse me, are we talking about Magnus?
Yes, we are talking about Magnus.
He wants to win this game. He understands a draw could have somebody catch him.
Yes.
I don't think Magnus is at all, let me play for a draw against a 14-year-old. And that, let's play chess. Why am I the best of all time if I'm afraid to play against a young player? I think Magnus is like, we're not just handing you any old draw like that.
But okay, that means that he had to blink and he had to play the Breyer.
There he goes.
Yes, here we go. And now the big question, how well is Erdogmus prepared? Did he check my incredible course? Because exactly in this classical Spanish, I opened my whole soul. I was showing everything, my repertoire, especially the Breyer chapter, all the World Championship match preparation, everything that I have ever analyzed till move 50 in some insane lines. How much does he know about this?
You're talking about your chessable course, yeah?
About my chessable course. It's only one, and I have exactly devoted it because I felt like if I do it, I want to do it in a I want to make in an opening where I'm ready and willing to open up with everything.
Bro, this kid just blitzed out, moved so quickly that they haven't even been able to keep up on the live board. He just whipped it out. His knight is now sitting on g3, and the board will catch up shortly. And maybe he has seen your course. I'll tell you, yours is one of the few courses that I actually own myself, or I requested from the Chessable group. I said, I need that one. two pass pawns. Obviously, pushed the other one too as well. Really hard to make the progress for Erdogmus. King e4. I saw that coming from Savitia on the right there, bringing the bishop back around, check, taking on b2 next, and using the pass pawns as you mentioned. Wow, and did not like that too much, but who cares? Like bishop takes.
Yeah, bishop e5 wins the b2 pawn, so it feels like a great move. However, it does allow both d6 and king b5 to maybe hunt down some of the pawns over there, but I think this is very, very close to winning. Bishop c3 looks like a great move next. In some cases, you can just sacrifice the bishop on c8 for the d pawn if needed.
Everybody a long time except Magnus here. Magnus having that extra pawn. Reminiscent of the last game we just looked at with Hans, actually, in a way.
Yeah, Magnus has won a number of rook endgames in this event. This one, with 2 extra pawns, I honestly do not think it will even be a challenge. That's a resignation. And Magnus Carlsen has put himself in an unbelievably strong position. I believe a full